who are invested in me in any type of way, like a family member or a friend or whatever, they just said something that somehow the universe told them to say to me, and it changed my life. And you don't get that if you isolate yourself.
Nope.
Or you say, you know, I know the expression is no new friends, which is really people saying, I have no more room for any more bullshit in my life. You know, nobody wants to embrace that. But everybody that comes to in our life has not come to bring the BS.
Indeed.
You know?
And if they do, you are not a tree. Yeah. You can get your little happy self up and move on.
I love it, yes.
You know, I mean, you aren't just planted there to just like choke in the bullshit.
Yeah.
If you choke and you still standing there smelling that stuff, now you better go on and find you some fresh air.
You just dumb. That's it's like that Robin Hood movie where he's like, I'm drowning. It's like 1 inch of water.
Yes, you better. If you don't roll your ass over, I'm sorry.
It is so true.
Yes.
But we do act like that a lot, especially with people that we love and that we've built this what we think is love with them. And it's why people stay in unhealthy relationships all the time, is that they think they're addicted to whatever feeling they're getting, not without realizing that the feeling you're getting is not real and it's not good for you.
And how do you really feel? Like, how do you feel? Not the feel, just like in addition to the feeling that you're getting, like in addition to that signal that's coming from that other person, like what does that signal do to you? You know, how do you feel about it? Like when you're alone, how do you feel when you're in your quiet time in your head? How do you feel? Like what impact does that have on you? Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it not feel so good?
Right.
What do you do about it?
And is it wrong? This is basically saying no, but is it wrong to say you're not a bad person and I'm not a bad person, but this is not working for me?
Indeed.
Yeah, and that's what we could say in 2018 is that I said that to my husband the other day. I was like, you know, I'm saying no to a lot of things this year. Like those pointless conversations where you feel like you got to explain yourself over and over again. I say no. Yes. Yeah, I'm rejecting that this year. That's stress. I'm rejecting that this year.
Block it.
Yeah, but I like what we're rebuilding and spending time with those we love and making connections. All important.
Yes. Yeah. And I love that you mentioned saying no to some stuff in 2018 because that leads us to my last compass point. Do what feels right and makes your soul happy. Yeah. Oftentimes when we say no to the things that don't make our soul happy, right, that gives us energy too. It's important. Sometimes we get caught up in just existing, right, and just being alive and just saying yes to stuff. At work, saying yes to it. The job you don't love, saying yes to it. The car, like the situation that doesn't make your soul happy, and only you know if your soul is happy.
And a creative cannot exist that way. There are some people, let's just keep in mind, and this podcast is probably not for those people, but there are some people who can exist in that space of, they like the routine. You know, maybe it's something that, maybe they were in the military or maybe, you know, not. Yeah. They're not creative in nature, but a creative person cannot exist in that space. We have to move where our soul is rejuvenated. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's all. That is my goal with this particular musing segment. That is my goal, to figure out a way to make sure that my creative tank is fueled up, not just for a short part of the ride, but for the entire duration of 2018.
The whole journey of life, girl.
Yes. I want good gas in the tank, and I know that I can get good gas in the tank if I slow down, if I keep it simple, if I do what feels right and makes my soul happy, and if I make time to connect with the people and the things that I love.
I love it. I love it. These musings fill me up.
Hey, here's to a full tank.
All right. So we want to thank you so much for joining us. We really are enjoying you, and we want you to be a part of this collective. We want to hear from you. You know, what are your interests? What are you into? Are you an artist? Are you an author? Are you a dancer? You know, private or public? Hey. You know, no judgment here. Come on down. I need to take one of those striptease classes anyways.
No, we should do it.
Yes.
We should do it.
I saw this thing about S Factor. Have you ever, the S Factor courses? The girl that was teaching, it was on BuzzFeed, and the girl that was teaching the course, she was assaulted. And so she learned to, sometimes people shy away from that sensual part of themselves after an assault because something has been taken from them, and she's taking back that power. And so there are no mirrors there were no mirrors in the room, and people, you got the pole and you do the moves, and butterfly, yes, depending on the song, hello, and then but it was just about being at one with your body and yourself and things like that. So anyways, if you're a stripper, girl, call us. Yeah, we want to talk to you. Anybody or Magic Mike. No discrimination here. It's what's up. So anyways, connect with us. Reach out to us on our social sites. Coming up now.
Thank you for listening to the SolSpot Collective, hosted by Urban Muse and Lara Bell. Follow the SolSpot Collective on Instagram at SolSpot Collective. That's SLL Spot Collective. And on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, search SolSpot Collective. That's SOL Spot Collective. SolSpot, SolSpot, SolSpot.